Day and Edge of Eternity Standard, we have a flying aggro masterpiece with only 6 rare spells, very budget friendly. How did we do? 16 and 6 to get back inside the top 200. Mythic, baby. It is that easy sometimes. We are playing all the aggro creatures. Emporian is buffing our board. Sanguine's buffing our board. Requisition Raid can buff our board. And then we got nice removal with the new Seam Rip, Sheltered, and Requisition, killing artifacts and enchantments to get rid of Pinnacle, the new temporary lockdown. This deck rocks. Like and subscribe. Get me to 10K subs, baby. We're almost there. I want 10K before the next video. Let's go. Mythic! Mythic with a 4 rare deck. Let's go. Smashing. Let's go. Hey, it's Mythic Mike. Guys, if you've been following my channel, I love making aggro flyer decks budget friendly. Usually the only rares I play are Sanguine Evangelist. We did add 3 Mockingbirds this time. I'll explain why. This deck is poised so well in the meta right now. We don't even need counter spells. The reason being, there's a few reasons, but look, we're playing flying lifelinkers on this and the bat. Everything's a bird except Sanguine in this one bat. But all of our blue spells are birds, which lets us play Cavern of Souls because blue-white does not have the full set of rare lands. So using Cavern to play the blue by only playing blue birds really helps us get there, which is why we're playing Mockingbird over like the Pirate or whatever. And yeah, we've got those. We've got Mockingbird, can copy anything and make it come in flying, always sick. Remember to play Mockingbird early on, just as one of your lifelinkers if you have nothing else. That is totally fine. And then Plume Creek, never has it been better. Flash flying, Flash helps you get around board wipes too. You should always be saving this because when it enters, target creature gains hexproof. So we're blanking their removal on Dimir midrange. We're blanking their like whatever that guy is that comes in and taps your creatures. This thing is nasty. And then we're playing Empyrean Eagle, a budget banger on the top end. Other creatures you control flying get +1/+1. And as I've said in other videos, if you forget, if you have one of these Healer Hawks and one of these out, those are 1/1 lifelinkers. As soon as this comes down, they're 2/2 lifelinkers. You're dealing 4 damage a pop, but it's really in a race 8 damage a pop because you're hitting for 4 and gaining 4 life. And there's a lot of race decks these days. Now, the other one that we use is Sanguine Evangelist because it makes a flyer on entry and on death. And then when you attack it, it buffs your board. Really great for buffing your lifelinkers. And they always block it, but then we get another flyer. And then we'll play Empyrean, which will buff even the extra flyer, right? So don't feel bad about attacking with this. Usually, in terms of priority, you want to play this before Empyrean. Empyrean's kind of the last thing you play down. Notably, because we are playing Cavern, they can't even counter our Empyrean or Plume Creek anymore, or most of our spells. So very, very sick. Now, what are we doing against the mono green, against mono red, those types of decks? As you saw from the stats, we owned them. One of the things, Sheltered by Ghost, right? That's great. It kills your stuff. Putting it on a flyer is amazing because you don't have to worry about them blocking your stuff. Flying is a little cheating. The lifelink on this and this when we're buffing it. Oh yeah, we're playing this guy too. Flying Vigilance for the bird package. So we do have a lot of 1-drop birds. We're playing these lifelinkers, and then we're going to buff them through Sanguine, through Imperium, and Requisition Raid, one of the MVPs of the deck. Do not be afraid of just playing it for 2 mana to put +1/+1 counter on each creature, especially if you get like 1 or 2 lifelinkers out early. That goes a long way. But, there's a lot of artifact and enchantments out there these days. Notably, the temporary lockdown is an artifact called Pinnacle now, the new version of it. So for 3 mana, you kill their temporary lockdown Pinnacle thing, you get your creatures back, and then you can still buff your creatures on the bottom because it works in ordering like that. You get your creatures back before it buffs, which is just backbreaking. So we don't have to play counter spells because this gets around the main board wipe we're worried about and kills it and gets our stuff back. Sheltered can also hit it. And then we do have, like, this kind of survives a board wipe, at least gives you 1 flyer. This helps you get around a board wipe because you can play hexproof after the board, or flash after the board wipe. So as you'll see from the games, we kind of blast off in these games. We just play them in order. This deck is just clean. It's got everything you need. The one new card is Seamrip. Just really sick. This can kill any non-land permanent mana value 2 or less. So yeah, gets rid of anything you want. Kills their sheltered. Kills the thing that makes your creatures tapped and gains life. Obviously just kills mono red and green landfall creatures, including like Tifa. When it gets bigger, this will still kill it. So just very, very clean. What's also nice is this and Sheltered puts the creatures underneath them. So then graveyard decks that care about like reanimating things from the graveyard won't be able to reanimate because all their stuff is under Seam Rips and Shelters. So yeah, clean, guys, clean. Get ready for these games. Like and subscribe. Get me to 10K, baby. We're almost there. And play this deck, guys. Budget banger. One of my top climbers. Let's go. All right, Yoshiki. Guys, if you haven't been following my channel, kind of this budget Flyers has been one of my top climbing decks for a while. Because of the mana, we are using Mockingbird instead, so it's a little more rare focus. Usually I play 3 rares, 3 Sanguine, but now we have 3 Mockingbirds as well. But it's just so clean. A lot of our 1-drop Flyers have life gain. Once we buff them, they're going to win any race. And then we've got protection 2, bird. It is nice too how we did this. So because all of our blue creatures are birds, we've got a couple white bats, right? We can play Cavern as the blue source. Interesting. So I assume I'm just going to stop it if he gives me the opportunity. Well, we'll see. He cannot counter it. Alright, so he does have removal. That does shut down him potentially using the ninjutsu planeswalker. Alright, let's do this. So, what do you guys think? The only bad option is Empyrean. Yeah, I think this is it, though. Empyrean is something you want to play near the end. You just kind of want to go wide, and Empyrean is almost like your finisher. Boom. One of my prior versions played the 3 mana thing that made 2 fairies, but like I said, we're using all of our blue spells in this one are birds, so we can use Cavern for the extra. Did he not realize that I had flying? What? He wiping? Yoshiki, what you doing, man? What you doing, man? Alright, alright. So in that case, I mean, he could just wipe, right? But it won't be the end of the world if he does. This, remember, protects things. So we're not even playing counterspells, which is one of the last things I took out when I was perfecting this. But I think that just is right. What's he doing? Okay. What? Doesn't quite work. Because we can protect it. And what's nice is if he blocks that to kill it, it will be an extra flyer that will get buffed by Empyrean, right? So they often block it thinking they're going to stop the buff, but they're actually not really. They're actually not really. Play the bat here. We do have a white... Our only non-birds... Ooh. I mean, I think we can't say no to that, right? Our only non-birds, I think, are Evangelist and the bat. The 1/1 lifelinker is just too good in this deck, and the same thing with Sanguine. Okay, let me think. I mean, there's no reason not to do this, right? Buffs our whole board. And, again, pretty sweet that we could play Cavern in this deck so they can't counter us. I think this is the best version yet. Definitely the best version for this meta. And we don't need counterspells because we have a decent amount of protection, and then additionally, like Sanguine survives board wipes a little bit. And more importantly, the scariest thing for this deck is Pinnacle, the temporary lockdown. And Pinnacle dies to our 4 requisition raids and our sheltered. So we have a ton of answers for the early wipe. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. That's a bad sign for him, huh? Let's go. All right, Psyche, let's go. I mean, guys, there's nothing better. There is nothing better. What's tricky is I'm so used to playing my starting town first that this looks kind of like starting town, but it's not. Perfect. Bird. Remember, always make it bird. And you hold the Plum Creek thing. Oh, it's Simic, huh? What does Simic mean here? I mean, I guess it means we're just going. I know he's going to play Ouroboid or whatever. Oh. A bounce? He should bounce Empyrean if he's going to bounce. I mean, I think I like that enough, actually. So he could only bounce a attacking creature is why that happened that way. Alright, drop your... Oh, no. What are we playing against? Now, guys, it is, you know, midway through the season, and we're still in the numbers Mythic. And so we're playing the top decks and people that are good at them. Oh, Empyrean. What a budget banger, baby. Again, we only have 6 rare spells. We have rare lands, but in terms of... It's very budget friendly. Oh, wow. So we couldn't even... So we could use this and then 4/4 and we just win next turn, right? I mean, flying kind of is cheating. Oh, he's got a counterspell. Oh, if I had waited for the bird, he couldn't have countered it because of Cavern. All right, even if he kills one, oh no, he wouldn't be dead actually. I could do, if I get him land, he'd be dead because I could buff it and use Sheltered to buff it +2. Flying is kind of cheating if you think about it, right? They just can't target it. Oh, he did? Wow, that was pretty nice. Okay. Let me think here. Do I just do that followed by a Plume Creek so that he can't? I think so. So this is a weird playline that you guys might not have thought of, but which I think is correct. So obviously I could have copied Empyrean, but now we have some kind of protection. Now if he board wipes, it is what it is, but then we missed a point of damage. Ah, we do. But that being said, I think we still win. Oh no, is he gonna get, he can get Plume Creek? Oh no, he can't. Yeah, that's another reason we don't really need counterspells, is because we have Flash too, right? And then I just buff it with either of these, going for the easy damage. Oh my god, baby, this deck's awesome. We got a daddy here. All right, let's see. The new seam rip, baby. Just Does it make a difference, right? Seamurp is really sick because no matter how much they buff a creature, you can get it, right? So this is nice. Remember just to use this thing early if you have an opportunity. Okay. We do want to land. I guess we could get it with this, though. Interesting. Which one? Which one? I like that a lot. We actually want flyers, and our flyers are better than his flyers because we have Empyrean. So it was a little bit of a bluff. I just wanted to get my Evangelist out. So what's nice is I can kill either. We have a good amount of removal. 4 Sheltered, 4 Seamrip, and remember our 4... our 4, what's it called? Sure, I'll take that. Our 4 requisition rate are kind of removal too. A lot of things are, I mean, there's a lot of decks that play like artifact creatures or enchantment creatures these days. Can't even counter it, baby. Dude, is this not the best deck ever? And again, there's not a ton of decks that are playing wipes that are not Pinnacle that we can deal with. Flying's cheating. And even if they do a late Deadly Cover-Up, again, we got Bloom Creek. And this survives Deadly Cover-Up a little bit. What should I do here? I guess it's this, right? Those Flood Pins, man. When they first came out, I was playing them all the time in my Skeletons decks. I'm going to have to revisit that. They are good. Luckily for us, flying is still cheating. Remember that. Oh, you know what else is cheating? Hexproof, baby. Yo, this game is awesome. Does he have Deadly? Oh, we got it. Looks like you're still doomed, baby. Yep. I mean, it doesn't matter, but... look how much damage we do. Budget banger, guys. Very budget-friendly deck. If you want to climb, I recommend this one. Clean, baby. I mean, my God, right? All right, let's do it. This is a little slow hand, but I think it'll work out. Especially if it's that. Ooh, this will be fun. This will be fun. Bird. 3/4 flyers are no joke, especially when we give one of them lifelink. So yeah, really, people always ask me when to mulligan. You don't ever want to mulligan. Unless you get under 2 lands or like 0 creatures. It's kind of the... So we will just play it out. Be mana efficient, and also we can get it back if he shelters it. Okay. So do you guys see the line of play here? People are so funny. I'm now at like 120 games with my Fling deck that I said was very good. And I'm at 68% win rate. Alright, let me see here. So it's this, right? Yeah. And then we're just going to protect it with Plume Creek. So if we're never going to... Like, next turn the play is going to be we're going to just buff it. And we're going to save Plume Creek. Or if we get a land, play this and save Plume Creek. But someone commented that they played 110 games with it and got 43%. And it's like... Dude, even in the video I showed you, over 90 games I had 70%. Like, what do you think a standard deviation is on win rate percentages? Like, you know what I mean? The odds that you could get 43% and I could get 70% over the same amount of games, and it would be not completely based on play patterns, is 0. It's 0.0 out of million zeros 1. I'm sure, like, it's just... people, dude, can you believe it? I show like 5 hours of stats and people are like, no man, I did it too and I did way worse. And it's like, well, how could that have happened? I think I've got a good hypothesis. It's not that math is wrong. or that I hit the most legendary Lux free over 90 games that doesn't exist in mathematical reality. But you know, people are cute. People are cute. All right, what are we doing here? Let's go. Is he just crying? Yeah, we are just we're about to be 4-0, huh? I had a great win rate even before this on my computer. I usually try to play on my computer nowadays. Do I save Plume Creek knowing he's not here? Yeah, I'll play it safe. Oh, wow. You better have a board wipe. You better have a board wipe. Some people wouldn't, though. They would have, like, played Imperium out, and I'm, you know, this is a burn deck. Obviously, we are playing around their stuff. All right, so if he robes me out, I'm going to end it here, and we're going to go to the next one. Let's go. All right, he wrote me like a chump, but whatever, man, we dominated. I stole his last creature. Where are we at? Oh my god, we're too good at this game. All right, it's Fashion Week. Let's own. We are dominating. I should have probably looked, huh? Ooh, that's nice, though. Remember, play Verges first, just because it gives you flexibility later. Do I want lifelink or do I want mana? The problem is his deck explodes, right? So maybe... I guess I'll take mana. Against any other deck, I would have taken another Healer's Hawk because we're about to buff them. But against this, it's kind of just like, usually we just win or we don't, right? We win or we don't. I guess if he doesn't get his really big creatures, doing the lifelink might have been better. Okay. Is he going to have protection? That's the fear, huh? So he's saving it. What does that mean? Means he's really going for big next turn, huh? Okay. I am kind of regretting not making this lifelink now. I am regretting not making it lifelink. I assumed instead of the Chocobo it would be straight into one of his guys, but... Okay, so he hasn't really hit it, huh? Very interesting. Now, even if he does drop one of his big guys, I can try to kill it, so he will need protection. So, you know, obviously there's a world where he beats me, where he plays this big guy in protection. This doubles up his landfall triggers is what's happening. Now, just going like that, I don't think is going to really work. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do 11 next turn, maybe if I get a land. Not enough. What is happening? Am I going to lose because I didn't make this a... So that's a decent amount of damage, right? Yeah. Will I lose by like 4 life or whatever I would have gained from that? We'll see. Is it even worth dropping this when he clearly has protection, right? How clear is it? I guess I only had to attack with 2. I guess I only had to attack with 2. That was maybe a mistake. Alright, how is he getting through, right? How is he getting through? Doesn't look possible, right? My god, though, am I regretting not making this a lifelinker? I think he's just realizing that Mythic Mike has made a budget banger and he can't beat it even with his top meta deck. What he's okay, okay. Can he do it one more time? He can do it one more time. Oh, shoot. Can he still win? So it's this one, right? Wait, he should have attacked with this too, right? Oh no, he couldn't have buffed it that way. Seam rip for the win! Alright, man, I got things to do. I think we're going to end it there. Little quick video, 5-0. If you check the numbers in the bottom, that was in order, baby. Let's like and subscribe. Get me to 10K subs. We're almost there. Let's go. Smashing. Let's go.